Hey guys, we're going to read chapter 26 and 27 for Hound Dog True. Chapter 26. Maddie, Mama says. She's at the door of Maddie's bedroom. The bedroom, marching in, already talking. We are not moving. I promised Potluck. When he's better, Maddie says what she knows Mama is about to tell her. When he's better after his surgery, then we'll move. Not that either. I promised. Your uncle made me promise we'd stick around at least until you're in high school. He said it was hard on you, all the moving. Maddie sits on the bed. Maddie, each time we moved, it was for a reason. I could see things were going to get harder. Jobs that were going to go south or bosses that it just seemed best to move on. You know, best for both of us. But Potluck didn't think it was best for you. He said you were pretending everything was okay for my sake, and that I was pretending I didn't know you were pretending. Uncle Potluck said that? Yes, says Mama, and I so did not want to believe he was right. That's why I got you the diary. Diary? What did her notebook have to do with moving? I figured you'd write in it and say you were fine and prove me right. Or write in it and prove me right. Or not write in it and prove me right. Or write in it and prove Potluck right. I guess, but I wouldn't tell him so. Thing is, you wrote in it, but it didn't prove anything. You just wrote janitor stuff and that button story. It didn't prove. Mama goes on talking, but Maddie does not hear. She is stuck hearing that button story, that button story, that button story. Feels like 20 days pass or 4 seconds or both. Maddie hearing that button story before she figures why that matters. Mama might know about the custodial wisdom from Uncle Potluck, but to know about Mo? You read my notebook? Maddie says. Yes, Mama says, and I'm sorry. That's why I put up this can phone thing. I wanted to apologize. From upstairs? I didn't want to see your expression when I told you, I guess. Maybe I was still trying to pretend. Mama looks like she wants to stand up and leave, but instead she stays sitting. Turns her head so that she can look Maddie in the eye. And now I have to apologize for all the moving too. I'm sorry, Maddie. I'm sorry I was selfish. I'm sorry I made things so hard for you. I'm sorry I made you think we were moving. We are not moving. Maddie cannot help but ask, what about when the going gets tough? The tough are going to have to stick around and face things. Mama pats Maddie's hand, then holds it, her fingers still and warm. Is there anything else you want to ask? Maddie shakes her head, then stops. When did you read my notebook? When? Mama seems surprised. Yesterday morning after you and Potluck went to work. Was it under my pillow? Yes. I searched around for it and I found it under your pillow. If Mama read Maddie's notebook, that meant Quincy Sweet didn't. I'm sorry, Mama says again. It's okay, Maddie says. Quincy Sweet hadn't read her notebook, and Mama had, and now Mama knows. She knows, Maddie thinks. She does not feel a panicky feeling. Mama knows about Maddie's writing, about Mo, about Maddie worrying about things, and she said that they would be staying. She said they would be staying. Together, they would be staying. At least I know how to caulk a window now, Mama says. You were very detailed about it. I actually learned a lot from your writing. Who knew it took 300 sheets to fill a paper towel dispenser? Uncle Potluck knew, says Maddie. Yes, Mama says slowly. Yes, he did. Mama picks up the tomato can. I'll get some scissors and take this thing down, and I'll figure some way to cover up the hole, too, so you can have some privacy. Can we leave it up? Maddie asks. Maybe we could use it again sometime to talk about something else, or just to say hello. Mama smiles like this is the best plan she has heard in a long time. Done, she says. So they're not moving. All right, chapter 27. They would be staying for a long time, too. Maddie flops back on her pillow, feels the edge of her notebook underneath. Her custodial wisdom notes would be useless now. Uncle Potluck would not be at the school when Maddie started next week. She would not be spending her lunches and recesses as his apprentice. She does not need the notebook anymore. What she needs is a friend. Maddie sits up. If Quincy Sweet had not sneak read Maddie's notebook, then she had not been faking. Maybe it's even like Mama thinks. Maybe Quincy is a friend, or the beginnings of one anyway, which means all Maddie has to do is not mess anything up, not say anything stupid or baby for one more day, and then Quincy will go home to Nicolette and Dewey and her hernia brother, and Maddie can say that she has a friend. It wouldn't be a lie. She might be alone at Mitchell P. Anderson Elementary, in the cafeteria or on the playground, but she could say to herself that she has a friend somewhere. Could do all could do that all the way up till Halloween, when Quincy is supposed to visit Crystal. Then Maddie'd have to not mess up all over again. But she could think about later. But that she could think about later. Right now, what she has to think about is how to get out of talking to the moon in front of Quincy. Maddie listens for kitchen sounds. Hears Mama laughing with Uncle Tommy. She can hear Uncle Potluck too, sounding the same as if he never did have to go to the hospital. Here's Miss Sweet's glass shatter laugh. I know, she says, I know. Probably Quincy is in the kitchen too, though Maddie doesn't hear any plunking. She should go out there. She should walk right in and say hello and smile, a friend smile at Quincy. Maybe she'd look too stupid or eager. It is just dark enough outside for Maddie to see her reflection in the window. She tries smiling at it. Big smiles, little smiles, stretched tight smiles like Quincy wears. Makes her look worried, that last one. Maddie shifts her gaze past the window glass to the sky. The moon sits silent by the treetops, like a schoolyard kid hoping someone will ask her to play. I'm sorry, Maddie whispers. More laughter from the kitchen. Wait a minute, Potluck. That's not how it goes. Listen. That was Uncle Tommy. He'd tell whatever story Uncle Potluck had just finished. Tell it his way. It would be funny too, maybe even funnier than Uncle Potluck's. The two of them could go on all night like that, which gives Maddie an idea, a very good idea. All she needs to do is ask Uncle Potluck about his childhood days, or get Uncle Tommy talking about fishing trips or old girlfriends, and just like that, the kitchen would fill up with stories, each one tugging at the clock hands until it got so late that Maddie and Quincy would be half asleep in their chairs. No time left for anything but getting in their sleeping bags and saying goodnight. She could manage goodnight without messing up. So she's still worried about what she's going to talk about with Quincy. Okay. For a second, Maddie sees her reflection again. The stretched, tight smile is there, flashing worry back at her. It will be okay, she tells her window face. I'm sorry, she tells the moon again, listens then, just in case the moon wants to say she understands. But the moon stays mum. That means that the moon stays silent. It sits on the edge of the clouds and waits. Alrighty. And we will see you later for chapter 28. Bye.